Remember, one creator, one perfection in this universe. And what I was going to speak to you about today was also of great importance to the so many that are out there and that continue to fight over religion. And it disturbs me no end. Now, I had also promised, and I promised lady from Norway who said, the Black Madonna. Well, here I have a picture of the Black Madonna and child. As you can see, this Black Madonna, this figurine, this statue, quite large, you can find in Europe. Apparently there is one in Vienna somewhere. There is a note of 2 in Hungary and 1 in Romania. And then there is also a Black Madonna in Panama. That's for you people in Panama who wrote me and spoke about the beautiful Black Madonna there. Now, is it so important whether the Madonna looks Hispanic or French, or whether she is all starchy white as we have seen some in Europe, or is it doesn't matter, is it? The soul is the soul and has no color. Now, I was going to also go and speak to you about my prophecies that you are all writing about, and now you are coming to me, why didn't we listen? Well, you know, that is the difficulty when you are called a prophet and you are not called a psychic. And yet the people that are psychics do wonderful, wonderful jobs in so many places counseling people. Prophets are totally different. They go from the universe, from the many universes, from the heavens to the earth, and give you information what we see in evolvement and development. And the letters that have come, and this is from a lovely lady in India, and she said, my ancestors, I can trace back at least for 6,000 years, were Zarathustrians, and we have been living in India for some generations since the fear of and what has happened, so many were murdered. Well, here we go again. As I told you, and I advise you to have a read in my book. When the Roman Catholic Church was formed, it were many sects that had been started up, and the many sects, then there came greed, and you know, like what we are still seeing today. And so out of this came the Roman Catholic Church. Your Bible, if you go and research the fact of Ezra, and you go then and research Josephus, then you will say, well, what do we do with this book? Throw it in the garbage? No, no, said I. We would not throw it in the garbage, because there are anecdotes in there that were gathered from all over the place that were of great interest and still are of great interest. I myself have come on a long path, since one of my ancestors went as far back to the king or emperor or whatever you would call it, Dagobert, and they used to laugh about it, and they said before the French Revolution they lived under their ancestral name, and then came the French Revolution. So here you know that my father's side of the ancestors to this body, they were from France. They spoke French in the house, even till the moment he passed off of this earth day. And then the great discovery came that when so many of the blue bloods and ancestries went driven to the guillotine, they had people who had worked for them and with them for generations. And so the grandfather from that family, that's the name they took, and that's how they escaped, and that's what they have been living under. Although those who are able to dig deep can find his ancestry. What does it matter? It matters nothing. What does it mean? What does it really mean? Nothing. When I dig out the ancestry from my custodial mother, this lovely lady, she was Mi'kmaq Indian. And actually on my documentation, and this may come as a surprise to the Mi'kmaq nation, my last name from my mother's side is Mi'kmaq. So I am a Mi'kmaq body because I came forth from her, and my custodial father, who is ancient brew from the ancestry of the emperor or king or whatever you would want to call it, but one of the very, very oldest. When I told, and in my book and my other book, about the changes that are at hand, I told you all the royals that are called royal today will leave this planet. They will become just like the rest of the people. For some of them, this is a very painful thing. For others, it is not. My thing is, as I have spoken to so many of my friends in India and in other places, is spirituality, the greatest, the best of all. Refine your soul. No, it isn't true that you can't forgive yourself and that you cannot be forgiven by others. It is those who continue to live in deceit, hatred and confusion. Those are the ones that need to rise up. And as I said, look in the mirror in the morning and take a good long look at yourself and see who you are. As I was a member of Amnesty International and worked hard for the cause, I again call out to people, you don't need to say I must join Amnesty International. No, I must join with other people to stop the greed, hatred and destruction. Help those that are living on the street. As I told you, the economy will be forced all the way down, 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 like it did during World War I, World War II especially, and hundreds of thousands of people will end up in devastation. And I come back to you because it's not all lost. You have the power. You are the ones, wherever you are, to bring about change. All I ask you to bring about compassion and goodness. When I was asked yesterday, what did I think about so many thousands of people, spiritual people, and of course the one that came to visit. The Bompo told me, Your Holiness, you have to understand that we understood day one when we saw you, that you were the one that brought and were going to bring peace and understanding. And I had to say, I wish I could pull a switch and erase all hatreds from the past and all greeds, and I must have and I must be the one I would do that immediately. Soul lasts forever. Your life is never ending. And with this, I come again, soon, very soon. But I seek you to win power. I seek you to not be entrapped in greed. Those you help today will be those that help you tomorrow. May 1,000 blessings be upon you. Goodbye.